Trying to figure out the colors. I think it's one of the most difficult experiences that we encounter as we find a style that we like and the color. Well, should I get this color? Is this color lighter? I always wear this one in Belle Tress. What is it going to be in John Renault? So what do you think? Do you think that deciphering the color codes and deciphering and trying to figure out which color is right for you, do you find that difficult? Let me know. Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, it's one of the questions that I see the most on the Facebook groups that I belong to. And it comes up time after time. And even on here, so many say, well, is it close to this color? Is it close to that color? So in today's video, I am going to help you with that. All the wigs that I will be showing have been provided to me from Shirley's Wig Shop for previous wig reviews, which I've already done. These wigs are mine. I could sell them. I could donate them. I could give them away. I can keep them. So these are in my personal collection for now. And then we'll see what happens later on. I'm going to have the timestamps listed down below for you. This first part is going to be on the brunettes because in the City Collection, there are only 3 brunettes. I'm going to compare them to each other, but I'm also going to bring in some from other brands and show you how they compare one to the other and what might be similar, and hopefully it will help you. If you don't want to see the brunettes, that's okay. I will leave the timestamps listed down below for you for the blondes, and we'll look at, I think, all of the blondes. Since I'm going to be starting out with the brunettes, let me provide a little bit of information about the brunette color codes. Color codes are not exactly the same from brand to brand. They're similar, but they may not always be exactly the same. And the reason for that is because they're made in different factories. The formula that is used to create the different colors may vary slightly from one brand to another brand. However, it is pretty much general. If you see a 1, that will be black. Colors go from the darkest to the lighter. So the higher the number, the lighter the color. In black, we have 1 and we have 2, which is usually an off black. Then we jump to a 4. That is your darkest brown. From darkest brown, we go to a 6, which is a dark brown. And 12 is going to be your lightest brown. Once again, that's pretty general. In the City Collection, there are 3 brunettes. There's 1 red, 1 gray, and the rest are all blondes. There are 12 colors and there are 12 styles. I really wish they would have added more brunettes, but nobody asked me. Let's start out with the one that I'm wearing. This is Calabasas in the Coolest Ash Brown. The color code for Coolest Ash Brown is 814. So your 8 is going to be your medium brown, and it is blended with the 14, which can be seen in some brands as a dark blonde, or it can be a very light brown. On this one, I see it as a very light brown. There's enough there just for dimension. The highlights or the blend in the lighter color is very subdued. You're not going to have chunky highlights. You're not going to have obvious highlights. If you prefer a color that is a brunette, you want a cool color, since there is absolutely no red in this color, there's no warmth, this is a great color to go with, especially if you don't care for any chunky highlights. And the one that I'm going to compare it to is John Renault's 10RH16. The obvious choice would have been 8RH14, but I don't have that color any longer. There is very little difference between 8RH14 and 10RH16. So this one that I'm holding is just a little bit lighter than the 8RH14. I think this color is going to be very close to the 8RH14. I have had it in the past, and if I have any pictures of 8RH14, I'll add a picture up here. But if you wear 10RH16 or you wear 8RH14, you know that those are very, very close to each other. There is minimal difference between them. So this is 10RH16 from John Brunette. Since we have a base of 10, the 10 is a little bit lighter than the 8, and the 16 is going to be lighter than the 14 that we have on Coolest Ash Brown. But as far as the blend, we're going to have very, very similar. Let me turn around so you could see it. If you like the 10RH16 or the 8RH14, I think that you would love Coolest Ash Brown. Very, very pretty color. And because this was asked so many times during a live, which color is similar to brown sugar sweet cream and which color is similar to mocha with cream? I have yet to find any color in the City Collection that is close to brown sugar sweet cream. Here is brown sugar sweet cream. As you can see, it's a world of difference, much lighter, lots of highlights. And this is mocha with cream, which has auburn in it and a very dark root. It has a 2 root, so it's almost a black root. And as you can see, there's a lot of auburn. So Coolest Ash Brown is not anywhere close to either one of these two. This is Newport in Mocha Maple Brown from the City Collection. The color Mocha Maple Brown is a 627. So we have that 6, that dark brown, and the 27. Any of the numbers that are from 27 up until about a 33, those are your reds, or your dark auburn, lightest auburn. We have our strawberry blondes are mixed in there. So it really just depends on the brand. With Mocha Maple Brown, we have that base of a 6, that dark brown, and the 27 is going to be a light auburn or a strawberry blonde. Some see it as a coppery blonde. I see it as a lighter auburn. This is a very warm color. So I'm going to compare it to Shaded Hazelnut from Raquel Welch. The color code is 829. The base is 8, so a little bit lighter than the 6 that we have on Mocha Maple Brown. And the highlights are a 29 versus the 27, which indicates that these are a little bit lighter. But we're going from Belle Tress, we're going to Raquel Welch. The colors are maybe similar, but the color code is going to vary a little bit. The other difference with Shaded Hazelnut is that we are going to have a dark root. This then would be closer to Hazelnut from Raquel Welch, which doesn't have a root. But I think that as far as the colors are concerned, I think that they're very, very close. If you like Shaded Hazelnut, then Mocha Maple Brown will be the color that you would want to choose if you were going into the City Collection. From John Brunette, the color that I found to be the closest to Mocha Maple R is Toffee Truffle, which is FS6 3027. Again, we have that 6, that brown, that dark brown base. We have, again, the 27 in the blend, which is your light auburn, but we also have a 30. So now we're going into colors that are a little bit lighter. Also on Toffee Truffle, we're going to have chunkier highlights, which we're not going to have on Mocha Maple R. However, if you like Toffee Truffle from John Brunette, that is your color, and you like one of the styles from the City Collection, then I think Mocha Maple R is the one to go with. This is Shaded Hazelnut. This is Toffee Truffle. And the one I'm wearing is Mocha Maple R. And if we compare it to Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, it's not going to be anything close, because on Mocha Maple R, we have that coppery or that lighter auburn, which we're not going to find on Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. It may be a bit closer to Mocha with Cream. However, Mocha with Cream has a very dark root. It has that 2R root, which we're not going to find on Mocha Maple R. If you like Mocha with Cream, you may like it. The difference here is also going to be that on Mocha with Cream, we have that 613. We have that pale blonde running through. We don't have any blonde on the Mocha Maple Brown. But as far as an overall color, the brown with the auburn, and I would say that Mocha with Cream is going to appear a little bit lighter because of the blonde that goes running through. This is Santa Barbara in dark brown plus HL. The color code for dark brown HL is 62714. The 6 on dark brown HL is your dark brown. The 27 is going to be that auburn. And the 14 is going to be a dark blonde. For those of you that are familiar with color codes, you may say, well, Marlene, but Mocha Maple R, the color code on it is 627. This one, dark brown plus HL, is 62714, and they look like totally different colors. Yes, they do. Because on Mocha Maple R, we're going to have a lot of that 27. We don't have any blonde here. Or the lightest brown. We just have a very highlighted color with that auburn running through, on that coppery blonde. Whereas in dark brown HL, we have the same base. It appears a lot darker because we don't have as many highlights. The highlights here are a little bit chunky in some areas, and depending on the style, and we have that dark blonde. I have yet to find a color in my collection that is similar to dark brown HL. This is for those of you that prefer a dark brunette and you want some highlights that are visible. You want a little bit of warmth, but you don't want too much warmth, and you want that dark blonde to be visible. And now let's go to the blondes. For the blondes, I did need some help because I don't have all the blondes. I reached out to Shirley's Wig Shop ambassador, Allison Wilson, and she was so kind. She is amazing. She sent me some clips so I could show you so I can show you the colors, and I'm going to be inserting her clips that she sent. She's amazing. She does incredible lives. She's very knowledgeable across brands, not only with Belle Tress. If you want to catch Allison, please join us on the private Facebook group. She's on there a couple of times a week showing the different brands and the different colors, the different styles. And she also has a YouTube channel, which I am going to list for you down below, so you can head on over and you can follow Allison. One of the colors that I don't have in the blondes is Beige Linen Blonde R. That's 16, 22, 613 plus 8. We have the 16, which is a darker blonde. We have the 22, which is a lighter blonde. The 613 is a platinum blonde, and it has an 8 root. Allison compared this color during her live. She compared it to Tres Leche Blonde, and they're almost exactly the same color. So if you are a fan, if you love Tres Leche Blonde and you're looking to find, and you like a style in the City Collection, and you're wondering which color is similar, it would be the Beige Linen Blonde. The difference between Beige Linen Blonde And Tres Leche blonde is that beige linen blonde has a darker root than Tres Leche. But as far as the colors are concerned, they're very, very close. The next color is Cake Batter Blonde. Allison doesn't have this color and neither do I. However, and I'm going to bring back Allison's clip, because the only difference between Cake Batter Blonde and beige linen blonde is that Cake Batter Blonde does not have a root. It's still 1622, 613, same blend, minus the root. So if you like that beige linen blonde, but you just don't like a dark root, go with the Cake Batter Blonde, which is exactly the same color, minus the root. Cake Batter Blonde and beige linen blonde are neutral blondes, leaning warm. Next up is the Buttercream Blonde, and this one again I asked Allison for it because I don't have it. This is the lightest in the City Collection in the blondes. The color code is 1488. This is a very warm color, very, very, very warm, and no root. When Allison did the color comparison on her live, she compared it to Tresallure 272588, which is almost identical to it. This is once again the lightest and the warmest in the blondes in the City Collection. We have a golden blonde, a platinum blonde, and a strawberry blonde. It is dimensional, but very light and very warm. So if warm blonde, no root is your color, or if you like the Tresallure 272588, then the Buttercream Blonde is the one to go with. And now we'll go to the one I'm wearing. This is Caramel Blonde R. The color code is 3027613 plus 10. The plus 10 is going to be your root. And when Allison did her live, she compared this color to Tresallure 1426 R10. It is almost exactly the same color. I mean, it's if you wear 1426 R10 and Tresallure, then Caramel Blonde Rooted is the one for you. Beautiful, beautiful color. Now the color code on Caramel Blonde, as I mentioned, is 3027613 plus 10. The color code on Mocha with Cream is 2R61336. The only colors that they have in common, the Caramel Blonde and Mocha with Cream, are the 30, which is your auburn, and the 613, which is that very pale, cool blonde. The difference between these two colors, as you can see, it's a world of difference, because on Mocha with Cream, we have, not only do we have the 27, which is that lighter auburn, but we also have a 6, a dark brown in the blend. And with Caramel Blonde, we have a lot more of the 613. Plus, the root is almost black on Mocha with Cream, while we have a 10 root, which is much lighter on the Caramel Blonde. What this color gives me the impression is, if I wore Mocha with Cream, this is how I dyed my hair, and I went to the salon and I said to the stylist, I want you to take off the brown and I want you to give me a lot more highlights. Then we're going to go from this color to this color. But as you can see, it really nothing very close. And if we compare it to Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, Brown Sugar Sweet Cream is a dark, a medium, and a light brown, where we don't have any brown in the Caramel Blonde. Here's Malibu in the color Crushed Almond Blonde R. Crushed Almond Blonde R is 1417-101-18. Crushed Almond Blonde R has the lightest root from the City, in the City Collection of the blondes that are rooted. So if you want a very light root, The root is an 18, which is very, very, very light. Crushed Almond Blonde R is a very cool color. We have a little bit of sand running through, which is that 14, but it's blended really nicely with that platinum blonde and with that very light pale blonde. There is no auburn in this color. There is no warmth whatsoever. If you're looking for a blonde that is cool, that has a very light root, then the Crushed Almond R is the one to go with. And when we compare it to Caramel Blonde R that I just took off, you're going to see what an incredible difference there is because of the 30 and the 27 that is in this blend. This is a very, very warm color, the Caramel Blonde R. It's a beautiful color. So if you want a color that is warm in the blondes, you don't want gold necessarily, but you want some red in the blend, then definitely the Caramel Blonde R is the one to go with. Here we have Malibu in Milkshake Blonde R. The color code for Milkshake Blonde R is 121923 plus 8. Those of you that wear shaded biscuit, I believe the color code is 1923. Very, very close to Milkshake Blonde R. I don't have a shaded biscuit, but I do have Butterbeer Blonde from Belle Tress. The colors are going to be pretty similar. Let me turn around so I can put them side by side and you can see them. The difference here is that on Milkshake Blonde R, we have a lighter root than we do on Butterbeer Blonde. We have a really pretty blend here of the three blondes with some of that sand that provides that, that dimension. I would say that Milkshake Blonde R is a neutral leaning cool because we have a blend of that sand there that leans a little bit warm, but we have a lot of cool. Let me compare it to the other. So that was with Butterbeer Blonde. Here it is next to the Crushed Almond R. And here is the Caramel Blonde R. Caramel Blonde will be your darkest. And out of these three, the one I'm wearing, Milkshake Blonde, is going to be the lightest. So I'm wearing Milkshake Blonde. This is Crushed Almond. This is Caramel Blonde. The last blonde that I'll be showing you, the only one left in the City collection, is Raw Sugar Blonde R. This is 121488 plus 8. So we have that medium brown root. So we have a really nice neutral color here with a blend of, I would say it's neutral leaning warm because we do have that 1488 which lean very warm. I'm going to bring back Allison's video on the Buttercream Blonde. That color code, if you remember, it's 1488. The difference between the one that Allison is showing, 1488 Buttercream Blonde, is that Raw Sugar Blonde also has that 1488, but it also has a bit of the 12 blended in, which is that sandy color that we're seeing on there. So it breaks up some of that warmth a little bit, and it's a little bit more, I think it makes it look a little bit more neutral. Also, Raw Sugar Blonde R has a root to it, but it's very close. If you like buttercream, but you want it to lean a little bit more neutral, you want a root, then it's Raw Sugar Blonde R, and I'll compare them. I'll compare them to the others. Here it is compared to Crushed Almond Blonde R. And you could see that the one that I'm wearing is a lot warmer than the Crushed Almond. Here is compared to Milkshake. And again, It's a lot warmer than Milkshake. And while Caramel Blonde is also a warm color, but it's a different type of warmth. Here we have a lot of that auburn. I know this was a lot of information for you, but I hope you found it helpful and informative if you were looking for a brunette or you were looking for a blonde. If you like these types of videos, please let me know down in the comments. They do take me a long time to record and to edit. And if you find them helpful, then I'll continue doing them because that's what I'm here for, just to help you as much as I possibly can. I hope that everyone is having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.